Oh look, pizza. There we go, there's 2 minutes of this build we'll never get back again.
But lunch is rather important. Spiky.
Still.
So we are on episode 7 of the 6-hour guitar build. And it seems to be going relatively well. We have a guitar body, a guitar neck, a fretboard, and I'm starting to look like Bane. I really need...
It's very weird eating pizza while wearing a dust mask.
It doesn't really work. I really need to make
Okay.
a functional dust mask that makes me look like Bane. I think that would be awesome.
Let us carve a neck.
See? I even sound like him.
3 minutes. Sorry, 3 hours, 2 minutes, 50 seconds.
Precision in all things. So the health and safety executive. In the past, when you've seen me carving with something like this, I have not had a guard on the angle grinder, and this is my first time ever actually using it properly like this, and it doesn't actually get in the way. So, well, okay, I just sneezed in my car, which is not currently dusty, and I'm convinced it is psychosomatic because I'm looking at all of this dust. Here's that funny lockable, unlockable switch on the power supply on that grinder. But it is quite amazing how much material you can remove accurately using one of these machines. And you'll notice I'm not using calipers, although I've got them out ready to use. It's just a case of getting a relatively comfortable shaped neck and not touching the fretboard. That's the goal. I'm also trying desperately to avoid shooting a plume of dust directly into the camera, which is quite difficult. There we go. Nope, not working. I'm trying to get this as close as possible. In a normal build, I would rough it out, double and triple check the measurements and the depths and all of that several times with a caliper, and then go back and hit it with a Japanese saw file or something like that. The Triton comes out again. So the Triton is, at this stage, acting as, well, it's replacing the, oh, that's wobbling about quite a bit. Oh, of course, I'm trying to do the volute. Aha, I understand. This is still carving the neck. It's clearing off some facets and rounding it over a little bit, and yeah, making life great. I remember a time when it took me a full day or two just to carve a neck. Not to mention all the fretboard work and radiusing and fret slots and all that jazz. Now I'm rotating it. Start by looking at the flat line that is the fretboard, and then rotate it around and you'll see any humps and bumps that might still be present, and then you can work at getting rid of those. You can quickly start working to get rid of those. It's quite a large neck, but it feels good.
Now,
Ooh, looks like a guitar. Okay, so I've just sketched roughly where it's going to be. But that's just not precise enough. So I'm going to have to come back to this in a bit and fit it a little bit better once we've actually got the neck fitted into the body. But still, remove the waste, make life easier a bit later. It's be as soft and as gentle with the spinning wheel of metallic death as possible.
okay, that's not actually going to be the final shape here because I still need to cut that down a little bit. So we'll see. I'm covered in dust, aren't I? Haha. Where are we? 3 minutes 10 and 30. So what? That took me about 8 minutes. I feel pretty good about that.
Arrogant bastard.
Okay.
But I love him.
I'm going to cut a few more fret slots, allow Sean to take his dust mask off when he's ready, and go from there.
So, we're back here again.
Actually, one of these was a little bit...
It was a little bit low. I noticed that earlier. So, the crimson fret slotted saws cut on the pull. manufactured in Sheffield for us, and are very good. Of course, it's just a tedious job.
I hate cutting slots by hand. My God.
Oops. So the workshop is becoming more and more of a tip.
Okay, one more, then I'm going to take a break from this again.
One tip would have been to clean the sides of the saw with acetone or something like that, and to possibly to oil it with camellia oil, although that could be an issue if you're going to glue the frets in. But again, you know, saws need to be sharpened.
Okay, so I just need to
That's a teeny little file.
just round that over just a fraction.
So the corners of the neck were a smaller radius than the corners of the neck.
That's looking a little bit better.
And that obviously meant that it didn't fit.
Ooh. Okay. So it's obviously much, much taller than it needs to be. So let's start working that out then. Roughly 25. Now, in a concession to time, I haven't angled the body because we have a tunematic here. I'm going to put the brake angle in the neck here. So either part of the fretboard is going to disappear behind here, or we're going to have part of the neck visible here. I'm going to go for part of the neck visible.
This is a valid.
And I'm just going to, actually, let's do this. That's a guesstimate on the brake angle. I wonder.
Wander away. You're talking about, on average with most guitars, 2.5 degrees, maybe 3 degrees really. So it's a relatively small angle. Oh, look at him, he remembered to open the dust gate. Double check it's square. Keep your thumb out of the way. Smoke. I really love the effect when you cut through something and then it just dinks over onto the bandsaw. I don't know. The small pleasures in life. So this is an interesting grain, shall we say.
The grain really is very cross-grained on this thing. Okay.
That's too much pressure. Don't. No. Pull back.
No. Aha. Spotted that earlier. During the routing, I left just a fraction of a tab. There. And I forgot to deal with it. Okay. Okay, this is a little bit too tight.
Yes, it definitely is.
Whoops. While I'm doing this, I might as well sand the side of the fretboard as well.
Earlier in the series I mentioned that we were using more power tools than anything in this process due to speed and efficiency. That doesn't hold true for leveling beams and that hand plane, the sort of low angle number 4 size. I think it's the 4S. I don't actually know the number. Anyway, it's a Lee Nielsen. Whether it was a number 4 or a 3 or something like that, any of those small smoothing planes is essential to this. As is a nice number 7 jointer.
Okay. So that is too much. Okay, get out of my workspace. A tidy workbench is very important. Okay. So you see, I have space to play with. I think the angle's about right. About right.
There's no point in trying to work out an angle to within half a degree or something like that. Just...
And this is one of those things, you don't need to obsess
This is what I was about to say.
over angles.
Listen to the man speak.
As long as it fits, it doesn't actually matter what the damn angle is.
Although it does look like the end of that neck is not quite square, which means it's at an angle, and you need to obsess about that then. Come on, seriously. So the best way to work out the angle is to either draw a full-scale guitar pre-planning, or just physically put the bridge
Do I want to go down any further?
and make it so.
Okay. So that is at 90 degrees. I need to take that down, take that back.
At an angle.
A little bit.
It's all about angles. So essentially, because we're angling the the neck back,
My best saw is at home.
we need to cut that off, that bottom corner, because that's pushing the neck backwards against the bottom of the square cavity that it's being fitted into. And we don't want a gap there, of course. People are going to shout at me for putting my planes down flat on the workbench. As far as I'm concerned, that's the right way to do it. It means that I'm not likely to cut my hand on a blade, and I'm not likely to put my plane down on something metal.
Okay, so this is going to push the neck further towards the bridge, just a little bit, and close up that gap. So let's close that up a little bit.
And this is where I see the gap. And I'm considering, can I just clamp that gap away?
Okay. Ever so slightly twisted, I think. Yes.
Double check, triple check,
Yes.
measure, cut, glue. Again, you'll see this is trial and error, really. I don't have precise measurements that I'm cutting down to. I have a hole that I've made that I'm fitting to. I don't care how many millimeters or whatever it is. I care that it fits. And for much of a guitar build, that's all that really matters.
Okay.
That and scorpions. Scorpions matter.
Three hours, 26 minutes in. We have a guitar, pretty much.
And a good neck joint.
Bonus. Okay. So I'm going to slot that off, or thereabouts. Oh, come on. You want a good tight neck joint, but yeah, no. Some fret slots to do.
That's one of the really nice things about a guitar build. If you are doing a job that you don't enjoy, that you're not into, or that isn't going particularly well, there are always a myriad of other jobs that can be done instead, while you get yourself into the right frame of mind. In this case, cutting the fret slots was actually cramping my hand up and hurting because that doesn't have a pistol grip, that saw. And basically, fret slotting saws just don't for whatever reason. It's less comfortable to use, whereas a pistol grip puts your hand in a more ergonomic position. That's basically a gent's saw. And they didn't expect a gentleman to be cutting very much, did they? So, yeah, I'm going to see if we can maybe get fret slotting saws made with a pistol grip. It's much, much more comfortable.
All right. No, I wanted to do that, didn't I? Mark that one properly.
So we are coming to the end of episode 7 out of hopefully 12. Actually, I know there's going to be 12. You just don't know how long the 12th one's going to be, do you?
Whoops. Okay, marked out. We are at 3 hours, 29 minutes, 40 seconds. 2.5 hours left. This might actually happen on time. The neck is carved, frets are slotted, headstock is finished and shaped in the right depth, the body is finished, the neck has been fitted and is ready to glue in. I need to do some sanding on the neck to sort of hit the final finish and just tidy up this little bit of carving there. And then we are going to glue. What are we going to do? Actually, I have a little bit more time than I thought.
Don't do
Maybe.
anything clever.
We're going to start finishing. We're going to start playing.
Yes, please.
Haha. All right. Click like, subscribe. Please support our Patreon. That's what helps fund these videos and keep it coming. Keeps them coming. And forget that entirely. I do this because I fucking love it.
Language.
I'll see you guys soon. Cheerio.
Goodbye.